Hello and welcome to the Gaming Greyhound and the next episode of Minecraft. We have started to even doing a little bit of interior decorating here, a light fixture there, nice hardwood floor here, still no staircase or anything, but this is still in development and our goal, here we have unfriendly neighbors somewhere, but our goal for today, oh, there he is. Hi. I don't want to listen to you all day, so bye. The thing is, we want to move today, you know, over from our hobbit hole here that I did not even build, it was just there, over into our little whatever this will turn out to be. So let's just put some things here into work that we will have more building materials. We still do not have coal, so what we actually need, I can just move over there, of course, but what I really would want to have would be more coal, which will be an issue because, yeah, we will have to live with wood. We will get a lot of wood now. We will burn that wood, so a lot of you will be angry with me for that. Do we? Yeah, we have some carrots to eat. Yeah, but I think the first thing now should be to move over, and then I could imagine to start building a little bit of the base into the middle, because in the middle of the base we should have some stuff to eat, you know, some farms. We will probably, perhaps, at some point go into the direction of, what kind of tree are you? Into the direction, what is that? Glowing pumpkin? I have to check that out, I'm sorry. What are you? Jack-o'-lantern. Oh, it's a burning pumpkin. If I weren't so afraid that I would destroy it when I tried to take it with me, I would take it with me. We need Silk Touch to be sure. Silk Touch is an enchantment that you can put on your weapons or tools so that stuff that normally breaks doesn't. It's very powerful. It opens up a lot of new different stuff. I actually also would like to take the leaves with me, some at least. You know, those are blocks that are destroyed if you just take them regularly. I have much too much stuff with me that I should not have with me. Chicken nugget, let's just eat that. And it's gone. We can take those things. Yes. Okay, so more wood. Let's get the wood that I do not want to use in our house too much. The oak, because it's just abundant around here at least. And I prefer the lighter wood of the birch. Though it is some nice trees that I am destroying here. I'm a little bit sad about that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And here it at least does not destroy our world. Yeah, that got a bit serious. I'm sorry for that. Okay, but it gets night very quickly, so we should definitely head home. I did not even get that. What can I do with beetroot seeds? We don't need the beetroot seeds. I did not even get this. I didn't. We will get it. I did not notice. I'm sorry. I was so full that I did not even take the first wood with me, you see. I should title this series appropriately. Watch a very confused person play Minecraft. Perhaps I would call this episode something like that. We will take on this spider, because we don't even have a fishing rod there yet, and we should get one at some point. Just do a fishing episode or something. The best items I ever owned, I got through fishing. You can get quite some amazing enchanted items. I will not fight against that dude. I will just go to bed and buy. That thing is too close. We have to wait for it to stop trying to get me. Still not allowed to sleep now. We are. Okay. Good. So, for a bed, we normally need wool. You can get that by shearing sheep or killing sheep. We have shears, so we can shear them. If we find them, we found everything under the sun in terms of animals. I should clear out my bags. I have this just throw in. I have so many just throw in. I got that, but I was too late in reaction. There was a creeper. Thank you very much, creeper. You probably destroyed. Whew, it's not too much what it destroyed. Destroyed a bit of the... I'm so lucky. Well. Where is the dirt? I put the dirt somewhere else, didn't I? Who cares about dirt? Let's just use this. I don't care. I just want to continue. Thank you very much. So let's just use the hard-earned stone that we definitely have to use for other stuff. Let me see. Put stuff in here. Stuff that we don't need. We don't need most of the stuff. Some stuff is even less useful right now. We'll keep the building materials though. Some of them. We should wear our armor, although it is also just stuff we found in the very beginning. We'll have to craft our own pretty soon. Okay, a little bit more space. Let's get all the stuff here. So what I was originally trying to say is I want to head out just for a little bit to see if we can quickly find some nice sheep. I think it has to be 3 times the same color. Just very quickly look around here so I don't have to move the bed I already have. I could, but I would actually prefer to build it out of the same wood that I want to use everywhere else. So if we don't find sheep now, what kind of... I think there is a texture missing or something. Andesite copper ore. Yeah. Texture seems to be missing. So we don't really need our own farms. Look at how much stuff is growing around here. But yeah, I want to be self-sufficient and not necessarily have to leave my fortress that we are about to build. On the other hand, we can then directly go for the for a finalized auto farm version. I will have to check out how to build auto farms. Oh, yeah. Hi, pillager. Will I kill you or will you kill me? Come on, you are not a nice guy. You did not even drop something. I am so disappointed in you. Just like your neighbors. I don't know your parents. I can't talk for your parents. They probably love you. as they should. Doesn't mean I have to. Okay, so here we have only cows and there is a pig. Is that a buffalo there? I think we've found buffaloes at some point. Let's see if we can get wool off of buffaloes. Not my preferred color, but bison. It could... Yes, it will kill me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You just looked so nice and woolly. Just wanted to sleep on your wool. And there is an alligator. Yeah, the world hates me. Let's just take the bed that we have and then continue with a little bit more base building. We also will have to go underground soon to get more soapstone, because at this point I've decided to unlock the soapstone features, because it is quite cool looking stone, easy to get, easy to work with. At least in this world it's easy to get. I have seen so much soapstone already. I'm still not sure if I should close my cube with glass. You can let me know if you have any opinion on that down in the comments. But keep in mind then that when you are watching this episode, I probably have already filmed one or two more, so I will probably not directly be able to use your feedback. It does not mean that I am ignoring you. So, okay, this was a test if we can put half slabs of soapstone directly underneath those wood half slabs, but that is not possible. So we will continue with the wood floor everywhere. I'm not sure. I think we will actually have, as a color contrast, we will leave the black stone here and then fill in with wood again. So we will have some kind of square in the middle at the end. Something that I have an issue with right now is light, as I don't have... I probably should not start expanding this right now. Let's go for coal, which I hate that we have to do that, because without coal I cannot build torches, and without torches it is not very safe underground, because it's very difficult to find your way. So let's see. How about this little cavern? You are glowy-eyed evil guy. Explodey boy. Skeleton creeper. I think I deserved that. That was not the only one, right? He was not alone. Give me my stuff. This is so creepy, isn't it? So dark. There is coal. Is that coal? You're coal, right? Then I would say it almost was worth it. I'm just constantly dying at this point. At this point is not the question, is he dying in this episode? It's just how long will it take? Place your bets now before you continue watching when I will die again, down in the comments. Hint, it might be very soon. So, let me try to find... Oh, here is directly... Oh, this is interesting. This is a kind of a shortcut to where we already have been. That is pretty nice. There we have more coal. I'm not sure if it is a good idea to go for it. But, well, I promise you that I will die. So let's not be too safe, because that could be boring. There is a cat. Yeah, we will go for cats as soon as we have a home that is at least partially safe. Even if it is digital animals, I cannot stand the thought of being not responsible with them. Okay, so we have to go down because some of the coal went down. As you can see, we already have been here in an earlier episode, but this just ends very quickly. So, but let me quickly take a look. I'm not sure. At that point, I felt like I had... there already the light ends, so no, let's not risk it. Looks like it is getting dark again already, so let's just head home. Yeah, I'm so not happy with darkness in this game. I am not moving the bed now already because I really want to sleep at the end of this episode in the new house, you know, making this the moving episode and just prepare for that. So for now we will stay in our hobbit hole. So let's put in the coal and get a couple of torches going. You might think, if you are not playing the game yourself, you might think that that's a lot of torches. Does he really need that? But you can never have enough torches. At least I feel like that. So, and then we can put in a little bit more. Oh, this is done. So that means we can put in more of the regular stone. So it becomes smooth stone, which we have committed to. Do we have more soapstone around here? Yes, we do. So how big will our base layer be? I mean, I never said that we will not build up more, but we want a base layer. It probably would be safety wise, it would probably be best if we close this. We'll think about that. So we might build higher up at some point. For now we will keep it open. The upmost layer will probably always be kind of an open layer, so we have always a how do you call that in English? A terrace on the roof. There is probably a name for that, right? In German it's just exactly that. It is a terrace, a Dachterrasse, roof terrace. Yeah, that way around. So but we'll have to decide how far to build outside. I would put on all the edges the same structure. I already said in the last episode I'm not sure how long that would take and if that is really something that we want to do. We did not build a... Oh, no, I'm wrong. We did build somewhere a... Yes, exactly there. We built a crafting table here. First tool in our new home. Isn't that exciting? We will actually probably need a whole lot of them, so let's just go for it. So... Oh, no. Go away. So, let's just... That's the pain of working with the half slabs. And you know what? We will actually... Let's actually build a staircase, because I just closed my way down. Do we still have enough? I think we do. Some birch, and then we will need stairs. We need a bit more than just 4. Let's build them all. I am very I should be more careful with my stuff probably. How do we do this though? I don't want to have it directly here. We will probably have the staircase. It won't be forever. I will probably decide differently at some point, but for now still I want it pretty as nice as possible. So we will have a little wood entrance area, more or less, for the surrounding area, not just bang, here are the stairs. But so where do they have to start though? Also, we need... Oh no, we will start there. Not this way though. How to make that stairs now in the best way. I am unhappy because right now I'm not sure. I'm not making this very efficient. It doesn't work. How do I do that now? How to... Oh, you know what? Probably just the annoying way, which I was thinking about in the very beginning. So, and then just, yeah, that works. I thought there was a better way to do it, because now I have to replace this again, but as nothing is really lost because of that, that is fine. It's just not the way I wanted it to be, but that is fine. I am not angry. I am very happy. So, however, we still... Oh, that could actually also look pretty interesting. We still need... I will just have the same problem again and again, don't I? Let's just do it this way. Okay. I think we will... I was just thinking... of how badly I'm doing this. I was just thinking we could actually now get rid of those, but it does not look nice without staircase. But we could put the staircase this way think that is nice. We'll have 2 sides, so that we will have the same directly next to it to have a wider staircase. But for that we need more glass. We have more glass, that's not the issue, but I would like to continue with other stuff first. Especially since I'm still not sure if the staircase will stay there. It could also actually become glass at some point instead of, because with mods you can have glass stairs, you can't have that in vanilla, but in this version you can. I'm at least pretty sure of that. I haven't tried yet, but yeah, I was surprised that some other things, some other mods are also not in here, or at least it looks like it. But yeah, we'll see. So this starts to look like a home, doesn't it? Does it get dark again? Feel like time is flying when you're having fun. Sorry. What else do we want right now? Let's continue with this ground floor, so when I am waking up and still not at the height of my perception, that I don't directly fall into the ocean, which I expect this to be, or it is just really big. See. So what actually are we seeing over there? I still don't know. We will probably build some basic iron stuff and just head out over there, because for some reason, because of the coloring, I'm expecting that to be a bad thing over there. It is a pretty evil looking but pretty cool color. This violet. Is violet the right color name? And I would actually not mind to harvest that, whatever it is, to incorporate it into our house. Might make it look even more evil, but well, what can you do? So I think the last day of the stream is approaching, so we'll go back to our little hobbit hole, we will sleep, and then we can already take the bed with us. So we can sleep for the next night in our home. So once we've moved it, I will actually already click on it. You cannot sleep during the day anyway, but I want to have my respawn point set, because we will just start somewhere when I will be killed, and we know that that can always happen. So, green bed, you are coming with me. So, because we could also already move the auto smelter too, stuff like that. Yeah, let's, although I'm not sure if I want to have it in my bedroom. No, let's not move it. Let's build the second cube and then move it, perhaps. Let's see. Bed, where are you? This is not the best layout to place a bed, I think. But for now it should be enough. Because I'm not sure where to even put the bed. Because I don't want to lie in such a corner or something. Probably would just put it right in the middle. And we will just decorate around that, and we will see. Or if you have a better idea, and I'm sure you have, because as I said, I might have an art channel, but I'm not the most creative person in Minecraft, it seems. Let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, it will probably be moved at some point somewhere else, and not in one of our cube areas. Should we build it down from this side or should we leave it open like that? I'm still not really sure. Let's see. I've built it the way that I can't get out without going through the water or jumping over fences or walls. Not the most intelligent way to make it, but still the way I choose. What does that say about me as a person? So let's see. We will take all of that with us. So, does it? So we are, as you can see, we are already moving it because I can always just move it. Do I destroy those? No, right? It just went probably. It went somewhere. It does not break, no. Okay, so let's take this with us. So, probably the next stream will be an organizing stream, meaning we need to build a lot of chests to move our stuff over and start sorting it in an intelligent way. I'm not too good at that. So, help there is also appreciated, but again, I might have to rebuild stuff if I already start in the next stream, because I will probably have started with that already before I was able to read your messages. So we will actually make kind of a column here. And then I have no idea how to build this, to be honest. So how big do we make this? We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We need an even number, I guess. Do we? Do we want to have the possibility to build something directly in the middle that is 1 field big? Or do we want to have an odd number? Doesn't belong there. I'm not sure. So now we have 16. 8 times 8. 16 times 16. I have no idea what I'm saying. So we have 16, which is a lot of space at least. So it's not... And it wasn't even the right tool, and it broke when I finished. Perfect. So I think we want to have it even, because then I can exactly do things like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you and you should be the middle. And then I can build our auto smelter here, and you cannot see the ugly thing from the outside. Isn't that smart? Okay, so the box down below. Then the hopper on top of it. Then something to step on. That. Starting not to like the height of it more and more. And that was totally not what I am supposed to do. I'm sorry about that. Give me a second to rectify my mistake. you there, because I already started thinking about how this gets too high. Does that now go directly? Oh, I have a pickaxe. My gosh, that takes long. Okay, so you come with me. Okay. This gets so high. This is there. I have to find a design that is less high. Honestly, because this is not exactly beautiful. That does not work. On the other hand, perhaps I would just build this layer high enough, because there will probably be other tools that will not necessarily be small. So I have to crouch and jump to be able to place that exactly where I want it to. We need a chest, because one chest is actually missing for some reason. I don't have enough birch planks because I used it all up. Perfect. So let's just get a bit of that chest over there. We have 2 there. We'll just take 1 with us. Oh, okay. Forgot that it was full. But that gives us all the more reason to, in the next stream, get a bunch of more birch, get a whole lot of chests, find out how to make those item shields, not shield, item, oh, I have to build it first, item signs, to put signs on our chests. Oh, I already had did not get wood, I did get chests. That is when you're talking so much while doing stuff. Where is the chest though? Did I do something dumb? Yes, I did. Did not bring the chest with me, because I probably picked up a lot of other stuff directly that came out of that chest instead of that chest. Yeah, perfect. The smart thing to do. Yes, there the chest is. So what will we throw away? Soapstone slab. Yeah, that is the chest. Thank you very much. It is getting dark. Let's get home where it is nice, cozy and safe. And then we will be done for the day and the episode, for that matter. So, dear chest, where are you? There you are. Gorgeous. Not an eyesore at all. We have to find a way to make it nicer. Probably you can do all those sideways hopper thingies. I probably could put it here, and put that on the other side of it. Does it have to be? I'm not sure. We would have to experiment with that. But for now it works. We will find a better way later. We have officially moved in, although our stuff is just everywhere else, so we will have to work on that. But that's it for today. First night in our new home. It's half a home, as you can clearly see. Thank you so much for watching. Next time, storage day, probably. I hope I'll see you then. Up until then, have the greatest of days. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.